Hi, this is Edward Troxel. In today's tutorial, we're going to look to see how we can extend events on both sides, both left and right, so that they overlap the previous or next event. And we're going to do this for all selected events. And this is so that we can have a quick crossfade between each event, but we will look at some catches so that we don't accidentally do something that we don't want to do. So like, subscribe, leave me some messages, and let's get on with this tutorial. In Vegas, when we have a bunch of events here on the timeline, we can actually put the cursor directly on a split, and then when we press the slash key on the numeric keypad, it will actually create an overlap there. And by default, that overlap is 1 second. That can be changed in the preferences, but what we want to be able to do is do that to all of these events here at once and be able to specify how big the overlap is going to be. So let's take a look at the code. So here's the code that we're going to look at today. First of all, we want to say how far are we going to extend it. In this particular case, I just chose 10 frames. You can make that whatever size you want. I just picked 10 at random simply because some of my events are pretty short and I didn't want the overlap to be too big. And then we're going to go through each track, my track in my Vegas.project.tracks, and then for each track event in my track.events, and then only if this event is selected, we want to both extend the front and extend the end. So I put a catch in here to make sure that we have enough space to extend the front. So we want to look at event.activeTake.offset. As long as that is bigger than my 10 frames in this particular case, extend length, so as long as the offset is greater than extend length, then I have enough space left that I can create the difference. So what I'm going to do to make it farther left is I'm going to take my event.activeTake.offset and I'm going to set that to event.activeTake.offset minus the extend length. So I want to basically scoot the offset over the distance that I'm extending the event. Then I'm going to take the start position of that event and change it to the start position minus the extend length. So I want to scoot it over to the left. So I've scooted it over to the left and I've extended the offset to make up the difference. Now, because I've scooted it over to the left, I've got a gap at the end. So I'm going to take the event.length equals event.length plus the extend length. So now that will still fill the entire area that it was. It will just start the extend length farther to the left. Then we want to extend the end the same way. Extending the end is a whole lot simpler, because all we have to do is change the event length to the event length plus extend length. But we need to check to see, do I have enough space or is that going to create a looped event? So what I did was check to see if the event.activeTake.offset plus the event length plus the extend length, if I extend this, am I still less than the event.activeTake.media.length? If I'm going over the media length, I don't want to extend it. So as long as I'm less than the media length, then all I have to do is increase the length by extend length. So let's take a look at this in action. So here we see our overlaps, and you will see that each one of these is centered over where the event was before. So if we put our cursor here, you see that our X is under that cursor. Same thing here, the X is under the cursor, and our total distance is actually 20 frames. That's because each event was extended 10 frames. If we look at the first one here, you will see that it was only 10 frames because we did not extend this one. This one was not selected, so it did not get extended, and so this was only overlaps the 10 frames, and it is all before the split. You have to note what is selected, and each end will be extended by that length. So that's a quick way we can go through and extend every selected event on both the left and the right by a set number of frames, and hopefully this can speed up your editing. This was actually kind of a request that came in over the YouTube page, and so I like to get those requests, and we try to work them in as well as we can. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. Please sign up at www.jettv.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.